What's going on, guys? Welcome to the second parter of the Caribbean podcast. Um, we kind of split this off from the original recording we did, just as like a little taste tester. This probably won't be as long as the other episode, which is like probably 2 hours, but we're just recapping 2021 um, and everyone's thoughts and experiences and whatnot. So here we are. Who wants
Definitely
to start?
2021.
I mean, can you guys believe how quickly 2021 has kind of just came and went? I mean,
No,
I honestly
because I'm
keep confusing 2020 for the 2021. It's really confusing.
yeah.
So many shit happened, man. Like in such a little span of time.
Yeah.
So many people fucking died.
Yeah.
Within your
Sure.
family? Wait, what?
No, not in my family.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying
Here's
like
me
so
in
many people in your
general.
family. Oh, okay.
I say so
Yeah.
many people fucking died.
Oh
Not in my
yeah,
family.
yeah. No, that did happen. I mean, I think my great grandma died last year. So, but she was like 102. So that made a lot of sense to be quite honest. But
She won the award for long life right there.
yeah, I mean, she immigrated from North Korea to Korea, then came to the United States and lived a very, very long life. But I mean, you gotta go at some point. I mean, I don't really know what else you could really do at the age of 102. I mean,
Yeah. No,
that's a
for real.
that's a lot. That's a lot you can do. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I mean, we all kind of dealt with like a lot of stuff in like 2021. I mean, Beam was like on the other side of the United States.
Yeah.
Was
That
on the
was a
verge of
lot.
Freezing his balls
graduation.
off.
Yeah.
Then he moved to the other side of the United States and still freezing his balls off.
I
So
know.
Yeah.
Ain't that
Fucking
about a
crazy.
bitch?
not much difference over here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm happier, so
Yeah.
that's a big difference.
Okay.
I'll say that.
That is that. Sorry about that, guys.
Good, man. This
Drinking
nigga's
some
just
grape
choking.
juice.
He's over here choking on grape juice. Remind him.
The miracle water. That's that purple stuff. All right. 2021.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I still remember just like, just like looking back at the beginning of 2021, I was so tired because I was like, actually, no, I was tired and I was paranoid because of the fact that I was like, on the verge of graduation from college, and y'all know, well, at least no, Beam knows more how I felt about school than probably Izzy, because I didn't meet you, Izzy, until like 2018 or 2019. Damn, nigga, I known you for
18.
4 years.
18,
Yeah,
bro.
dude. You want to know how long I've known Izzy? Dude,
You
it's
told me for
crazy.
10
It's
years, you
actually,
fool.
dude, we played Destiny 1 together. That was like 2013, bro. That's
Jesus
insane.
We've known
Christ.
each other
That's
for 10 years.
that's
plus,
insane.
bro.
Almost 10 years, dude. It's insane.
Damn, Jesus Christ, yeah. But yeah, no, Beam knows how I felt about school just because of the fact that I was like bouncing around from like different universities or different colleges, just because of the fact that the first one kind of felt like it was a letdown because it was just overall very shitty academic setting, and then it got even worse, and then I finally found like the college I was supposed to be in, but like towards the back half of that, man, I'm not sure if I told you guys this, but like I was almost genuinely about to like drop out on like the last couple weeks of class
Why?
because of the fact that when I was graduating, like the biggest thing that I feel like a college student should be thinking about is the future, because college it really is like a huge safety net, because you have a place to stay at, you have like this kind of like stipend of money that you can use at your disposal, and you don't really have to worry about a lot of stuff, like surprisingly, like when you're in college and you're in dorms and stuff like that, you just got to worry about yourself and your environment. You don't got to really worry about bills unless you're kind of like out there like renting an apartment, like I am. And you know I was taking like this business class and stuff, and I wasn't learning shit. Like every time I literally wasted $4,000 of my own fucking money to hear some shit I could have heard from someone else online.
Yeah.
And one of the worst things that I've ever felt was like a waste of time. And like that was shown with like my resume and stuff, because the fact that, my teacher was literally an art resume person, and she was like, "Yeah, you want to put this right here." And I'd ask her questions, and I still remember when I showed her my resume, she wouldn't really answer my questions with an answer. She would answer my questions with another question. And
I sometimes it pisses me off when people do that because like it's like I want a definitive answer to stuff, and they're try. I know that sometimes they're trying to make you figure stuff out by yourself by doing stuff like that, but
bro, don't
it's
do
just
that.
sometimes. It's just sometimes like you gotta just gotta give a definitive answer because there's a reason I'm asking you this question. It's not. I'm not playing like 20 questions or puzzle with you. Just
Exactly.
give me a definitive
Exactly.
answer
Yeah.
I
instead of
understand if
trying to
this is
make
like
me
high
figure it
school
out
and
myself.
stuff. Yeah, and I understand if this is like high school and stuff where it's like, oh, I have the time to figure this out on my own, or if it's like a commonly knowledgeable thing that people would automatically know. No,
Right.
I'm paying you my money. I would need a
And
definitive answer.
right. It's not like a rhetorical question. I don't know the fucking answer, so just give me the damn answer.
I don't
I'm
even think I
asking you the
received
question.
credit for that class too. Yeah, but it's just like at that point in my life, I was freaking the fuck out about everything. I was thinking about, where am I gonna be at 5 years from now, and am I even gonna be able to find a job? Because graduation during like COVID also did not feel good at all either, because like I mind you, I told you guys how I just didn't really like my school towards the end, but it's like I actually did enjoy being there, and I really did wish that I could have like stayed on campus at that time and even graduated in person.
Right.
But man, just seeing people's faces like on a television screen made it made it seem like I was attending a mass funeral, because of the fact that I remember the person like saying our names just sounded so sad. They're like Lawrence Everson, and it would just show the face just fade into existence. And I'm like, man, this looks so sad. Oh man, I don't know. It's just like a lot of personal stuff too. I mean, yeah, I had to go to therapy for the first part of 2021, and even actually no, I had to carry it on from 2020, the back half of 2020 to 2021, just because of the fact that I was put in a situation that I should have recognized beforehand was a bad idea, and it literally messed me up so bad that I couldn't discern whether or not I was a problem or if that person was a problem. And boy, let me tell you, that shit will fuck up friendships and just how you see people just in general. And yeah, man, that damn, yeah.
Yeah, it's 2021 was an interesting year, man. Especially for me, I gotta say. I guess I'll just go because yeah, I'm just gonna say it like this. There was a couple times I tried to talk about shit like this, and I'm still not quite sure how to really put everything together. But I'm just gonna say this, right? So, majority of my time that I spent on the other coast, which I moved there. What was it? 2019. So I was out there for give or take 2 years. So I moved from Washington all the way to Boston. And I'll just say, under the context of it was just family stuff. Didn't really have anywhere to go. And, I went there to kind of just get my bearings, I guess. And there are twofold of reasons why, you know, I just wasn't happy there. In the beginning, it was fine. But, you know, I'll just say this, with certain family dynamics, not every family's perfect, of course, but there's just a difference where your family's unhealthy and they don't really want to do anything to like fix it. And there's only so much you can do to endure that type of shit. And especially me not really knowing, because my mom would shield me from a lot of the shit that would happen, just around our family unit and things like that. So when I moved there, initially I wasn't that exposed to it, but as time went on and I was there, things just got progressively worse. And on top of that, these skin issues, which I'm still dealing with to this day, that I have to get addressed, they popped back up in the worst way possible and made my quality of life like basically just trash. Still is kind of garbage, but what can you do? And I fully believe that my move out there, while it wasn't pleasant and it made things worse in some aspects, it wasn't necessary. And I say that because I got to see what my mom was telling me about firsthand. And so now I understand um, why things are the way they are, and what I'm going to do in the future in terms of dealing with said people. Now, I'm just going to simply put it like this: my family, majority of them, and if you don't know this term, I'll break it down for you, but majority of them are narcissists. So meaning they have no empathy. They don't really care about anyone but themselves. Every situation that um they put you in is really to benefit them in the greater scheme. They have all these machinations and plans in the back of their minds, and everything is really just to benefit their own self-interest. So whenever they would ask you to do something, or you ask them for something, you always have to do it knowing that there's always going to be a price. There's never any, well, I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. No, you need to pay that back, or no, you need to do this and that. And it's just like, well, why did I even ask you for help in the first place? You know what I'm saying? And it just got to this point where I was just telling my mom, like, listen, man, like, not only am I not happy in my household, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care what nobody says. Boston fucking sucks, nigga. I don't care what you tell me, nigga. Like, people can't drive. People can't fucking drive. Niggas are just unhappy. Fucking, especially where we were at, like, it's just like a lot of crime and stuff. It just is just awful. So I got this opportunity, which I gotta say, in the greater scheme of things, like, I'm glad I took it, because there's a lot of things that are lining up for me now. Because essentially, what ended up happening, I found this place. We got into some money. I found this place on Craigslist, funny enough, and it took a while because Craigslist is filled with nothing but fucking scammers and all types of other weird shit. Which I gotta say, going through that whole thing, that was funny, man. Seeing some of these people's posts as a tangent, like, I vividly remember this one guy, dude. This nigga would have a. I think I showed you a picture of everyone, you guys, of it before, but this dude would have a post and he was just like, yeah, a single male. So he would say a single attractive male looking for something potential, like a friends with benefits or more. I was like, bro,
That's
on Craigslist
disgusting.
looking like, bro, like, and then the worst part
right
is,
off the bat.
no, bro,
I said good.
the part is this nigga had
right.
pictures of himself, and then he would like up, and then like him and his dog and stuff. I'm like, bro, ain't no one take you up on that. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. And I was
Somebody has taken him up on his offer, bro.
yeah, I'm sure if they did, I'm pretty sure. I'll just say it in a nice way. It's probably not an attractive person. Yeah, I'll just
No,
say
he's fucking ugly, probably. No, there's one thing, like, I should say, man.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, just be honest. Honesty is like the best thing for you, as far as like just your inner peace and stuff. This guy's fucking ugly. He's a fucking creep. I remember that picture. I was thinking about it, and I was just like, man, this is a fucking ugly fellow right here. Like,
yeah,
that should be illegal.
I don't know, man. People don't have any shame. They don't. They just, just post shit. It's like, bro, that makes you look so fucking weird, bro. Like, no one's gonna think you up on that. Yeah, desperate as fuck.
He tried out a day in sight and he couldn't find where he was Nobody couldn't find him, so he's like, "Oh, Craigslist may work."
Man, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's so man, that's so awful.
Let's stop making you go on a tangent.
Okay. But yeah, so I ended up finding this place in Kent. And that whole experience was I'm not gonna get too deep into it. For the most part, it was cool. There was one nigga there, everywhere you go, there's gonna be an asshole type nigga. There was one of him. It was also a co-ed situation, which I gotta say, oh, I didn't even update you guys on that either. That shit is pretty funny what Willie did, my property manager.
Yeah, you
He
want to talk
kind
about
of
it
he
now?
kind of he kind of flipped on it. Yeah, I'll tell you guys. So yeah, that whole thing, the co-ed situation doesn't really work. There's a lot of things that happen there. I'm not going to get into it because that's not my business, but some things happen there. Everyone kind of went their separate way. Well, not everyone, but I kind of went my separate way. Some of the other people left from there. Now, here's where things got funny, right? So recently, when I just moved to this new place, I have a new roommate, which funny enough is my property manager's nephew, and he's super dope. And the reason this even happened is because one time I came home, my property manager was there, his nephew was there, and we were just chopping up. We were just all talking, and I guess my property manager was trying to feel how I was, like my energy and shit. So I guess once he understood the type of man that I am, and I'm just always cool, man. I'm low key. I'm by myself. I stick to my shit, and I do what I need to do. So later that week he had asked me, he's like, hey man, so how do you like living here? And I was like, I was trying not to be, because I don't like to be like overly negative and shit like that, but I was just trying to tell him, I was like, it's all right, man. Like I'm not gonna complain. There's a couple of things that I don't really like, but I deal with it. It is what it is. So but then he pitched this idea to me. He's like, hey man, how would you like it? You would have less roommates, the rent would be less, and you'd be uh roommating with my nephew. He's super cool. He's dope. You met him the other day. So I was like, you know what? Shit, why not? Why not? So we did that, and like recently, like last weekend or the weekend before that, I had moved. Now, this place we're in is just temporary because my property manager wants to move us closer and to nearer to him, because that also leads to another thing. He gave me like an opportunity to learn some like wholesaling shit. So this is like a side gig thing where I can make some money. And that whole thing is like calling properties, seeing if people want to sell them and all that type of shit. I'm not going to really get into it. It's just look it up if you don't know what wholesaling is. So he gave me the opportunity to learn shit about that. So I'm going to be doing that as well. But also, the funny thing that happened with this house, right? So fucking I met one of the potential people to take over my room that I left there. And it was this older lady, which I find that to be very funny because I had told my property manager, I was like, yeah, man, like now that I left that place, I don't really think co-ed shit works. And then he told me, he's like, yeah, I get that now. Like after having dealt with what went on, I get it. So he ended up seeing, this is like a much older lady, like a much older lady. Like she's like, if I want to say like probably in her 50s or some shit like that. And I just thought that was hilarious because we were having a good laugh because my property manager was like, I gotta wonder. I think I'm gonna give her your room, but I gotta wonder if old boy, I'm not gonna say dude's name, but I'm gonna wonder if old boy, how long he's gonna stay there after his lease is up. And I was like, I don't. I was like, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's not gonna stay long. You want to know why? Because when I was showing her around the house, and I was showing her my room, old boy came downstairs, and when she told her that she was interested in the room, I could see his energy shift.
Oh.
Like I could see it. I could see it on his face too. He was like, God damn it. Like I was just like,
oh man.
I was like,
he wanted the babes to be coming in, not not the cougars.
That right there. I was just like, that's funny because here you are, and I'll explain what this dude is kind of like my family members. He also, like I said, he's an asshole. But he's also very like just prickly. Like he talks behind people's backs and this and that and this and that. So I was like, isn't it funny now, right? Here you are trying to make people's house, like their lives in the house miserable or whatever. And now that people are leaving and you're gonna have a whole new host of roommates, you have no idea what this dynamic is gonna be like now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure whatever
Yeah,
fuck
but you
shit
know, right?
you're gonna be trying to do, I'm pretty sure that lady's not gonna be for it. She's probably older
Definitely call the
people.
cops on her.
Yeah, older people are. Yeah, they're not really on the bullshit. So yeah, it's gonna be funny with that whole situation for him. But yeah, so right now, I'd say I'm in a good space, man. My property manager, everything happens for a reason, I swear. Because for those of you who don't know, when I first moved out here, man, it was a stressful time because here I am moving out back out to Washington and thinking I'm gonna have a job when I get here, and these niggas just fuck me over, right? Like I get out here, I'm going through orientation and shit, and the first thing, they're calling people up for their badges and whatever. They're like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Lara, yeah, we can't populate your ID. Like there's some sort of lock on there." So yeah, I was like, "Okay."
Motherfuckers.
So what does that mean? They were like, "Oh yeah, no, that just means you can't work until you get it." I was just like, oh, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Gotta-
tell me,
That's what your financial situation and you're living right there, my guy.
You gotta love how casual they get with it, where they're just like,
Right.
thinking it's just gonna be.
What
alright.
am I
Like,
supposed to do then?
It's like, bro,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I supposed to do then? And then like, I like I said, everything happened for a reason. Because I swear to God, if I ended up anywhere else, like whoever the property manager or whoever ran that place, they would be like, "Nigga, you told me you had a job when you came out here. Bye." And I would have just been homeless. Like I would have been fucked. So luckily,
you would have probably been one of those people at the Starbucks.
yeah, it's I'm telling you, seriously, as fucked up as that is, yeah. Because luckily, my property manager now, he's hella dope. Like I just came to him like man to man. I was like, "Yo, man, like I got fucked over. My job, they just screwed me. All this, and that." And he was like, "Hey, bro, don't even worry about it. I got you. Like." You just focus on finding a new job. I got you. Shit happens. So I was like, fuck, that was like a lift off of my shoulders, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, just being able to get all these opportunities I'm getting now, and now he's like, he has me and his nephew. He's trying to get us into the wholesaling thing to help him and his team and shit like that. So that's a potential to some side.
Hella cool right there, man.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. It's dope. It's dope. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I think besides all the COVID shit that's going on, and that's pretty much here to stay. For me personally, everything's going pretty well. The main thing that's really holding me back still is my whole skin issue thing. But I'm gonna get that addressed soon. Hopefully that can go away and my quality of life will be a lot better. But everything's good so far. My job is pretty good. I was telling these guys off mic some of the funny shit that happened because I'm now a security guard again. I was trying to get my CDL, but I was just like, fuck that. Like, that whole experience was honestly crap. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. That was my 2021.
Well, my 2021. What did I do? How many times did I switch jobs in 2021? Actually, just once. Actually twice, I guess. But technically, it's just one of the jobs is the same building. But not the same building. It's the same job, but they just moved me to a different building and give me different responsibilities. So that's how I started my fucking 2021. But by them moving into that building, some good shit happens. Met some cool people there. Met Babe over there too, so
yeah, I was just want to say
Yeah.
that was like, I was like,
So
wait a minute, this is
that was a good reason to get transferred to that building. And I already told these guys in some details on how like that shit went, so that was good. I mean, initially when they transferred me to the other building, I was kind of pissed off about it because when they transferred me, like the job responsibility I had over there at the other building, which was like a pretty easy job, was just pretty much doing electronic shit and wiring stuff. It was easy stuff that I could just sit down, wire stuff, and just sit down and watch Netflix while wiring shit. But the other building that they transferred me to, I had to do like some fucking like actual manual labor shit, which is like packaging machines, industrial machines and shit, and actually building like wooden crates and shit for actual industrial machines. And Every day I went to work, I had to be like, I went from being an electronics to a damn carpenter. So I think Jesus will be proud of me. I mean, I didn't build any crosses, but but yeah, working in that building, met some pretty cool people. It was pretty fun. The building was fucking hot as shit though, but
yeah, I remember you talking about that.
eventually,
Yeah.
so eventually, few shit when we're going according to my way because like I would say in 2021 I didn't really have a lot of hiccups in this per se. The year was shitty just like 2020, but not really any bad hiccups in a sense. Still kept trucking as much as I could. And the job that I previously interviewed for the year before, finally, like one of my buddies who was already working there called me up and was like, "Hey man, they're hiring again, bro. Do you still want to work over here?" I'm like, "You don't have to tell me twice, my guy." Fuck yeah. So I got in. Now I got a new job working to where I want to work at and pay better than the other fucking job. Because those motherfuckers were actually trying to convince me to stay and shit, and I wasn't gonna do that.
Guys, this man is so good at his job. I'm
No,
not gonna
seriously.
dive too much in your business, but this man was so good at his job that when they left, they had their own pandemic of their own. They lost their best employee. The second this guy put in his 2 weeks, man, panic.
And it's funny because even to this day, these motherfuckers still keep like trying to call me back to like for me to come back and shit. I'm not coming back, bro.
They're like, please.
That's not how it works. Like when I move on from a job, I move on, my guys.
Yeah,
but
dude, I'm not coming back. I'm not taking steps. Why would I do that?
But I mean, that's the kind of person I am, man. I try to put in like 100% in everything I do, so that way I don't leave on bad blood, on bad terms, or anybody, just to get my stuff done. So just you don't know who the most random ass person is gonna come and ask about your stupid ass work ethics and shit, Because like the current job that I have, like I'm not gonna lie, like even though like sometimes they hire on qualifications, like seriously, man, like it's really about who you know over there. Because I've been applying to that job for the longest time, and I had all the fucking qualifications and shit, but because nobody knew me at that job, nobody knew me over there, so they couldn't like have anybody as a reference vouch for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna like complain about the previous job that I had because like by me knowing people and working all those jobs, it created like the current opportunity that I have right now to work over here. So it's a good thing working over there. But where I go back to go work over there, fuck no, because just fuck no. Like every time I leave a job, I try to leave for a better job and like make it like a upgrade instead of a downgrade, if you get what I'm saying. So like there's no like looking back. It's always moving forward and trying to improve on like previous shit that I do, man. So like I mean, like my Christmas weren't fucking great. Got a damn fucking Oculus.
Yeah.
Like that shit was fucking great, man. Like Babe got me an Oculus for fucking Christmas. That like.
Yeah, this nigga is just living it up over here.
Yeah, it was fucking going great till I got
it was so surprised.
COVID.
Yeah,
I would have cut fucking COVID and shit. Cause like no, it's funny because like when she got me in when she got the gift for me, she's like, because she already told me what she was getting me, but like it was like a red herring to throw me off, and she's like, I bet you about to be super surprised when you see what I get you. I'm like, what? But she didn't tell me until like on Christmas Day and shit. Then, like I was like so happy and smiling at the same time. She started like crying. Like, I'm like, why are you crying? She's like, because you love my gift. I'm like, okay. I didn't know that was gonna make you start tearing up, but like, it was funny, but it was still great. Like seeing her reaction that I actually love the gift, and the gift is pretty fun, man. Because I was playing Jurassic Park on here. And that shit looks pretty interesting, man. Like like the way that the dinosaurs like comes into this shit, like yeah, that's pretty cool. And I thought I was gonna use my PC to set it up, but like apparently Quest 2, you could just use your mobile phone to set it up. But like the thing I don't like really much about it is because I had to sign up for Facebook to fucking be able to like actually use it, and I really don't fucking sign up for social media.
What's your social media, nigga? I need to find that out.
Oh no, it's a how do you say that?
Oh, you got
it's like a
dummy account.
It's a throwaway account. I'm not gonna like use that shit. The only reason I signed up for it is to be able to like operate this device anyway. It's not like I actually go on a website to go and sign up for it. But yeah, like my entire 2021, it went decent. There are ups and downs and like shit that I was trying to save for and whatnot, but I'm not gonna complain about my 2021 because like I'm still alive. There are people who aren't alive. Rest in peace, Betty White. Yeah. And my end of the 2021, I was ready to do some really big New Year bash, but yep, nigga COVID. So fuck COVID. Fuck you, COVID. So yeah. I have to miss work for fucking 2 weeks. By next week I should be good. I mean, I feel fine, which is great. Thank God for that shit.
Seriously.
Because there are people who catches COVID and they can't even fucking walk and shit. So
yeah, they can't recover. And a lot of them end up dying, you know.
And the other thing too is just the fact of the symptoms afterwards. Like you haven't lost your sense of taste and stuff, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay. See, that's a scary thing, is because the fact that you can lose that, and it takes a while for that to come back. But
yeah, one of my buddy, that's what happened to him. That's his symptoms. He completely lost his fucking tasting mechanism, which fucking sucks. Because he kept asking me about that shit, and I'm like, nah, nigga, I didn't lose my sense of taste. I could still taste shit.
You son of a bitch. I mean, the other thing is that he can just like eat a bunch of peppers and stuff like that and not even taste it. Like that's one good thing. He could do like the scorpion challenge all he wants and he'll just won't be affected. But actually no, because that also affects your pain receptors. Never mind, he'll still be fucked, but
you'll still be feeling the pain. You just don't taste the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes any sense.
It is kind of crazy though, just because of the fact that like, you know, that was one thing I forgot to add on to like 2021 is because I got a job working with COVID and stuff like that, and I don't really work directly with patients or anything like that. I interact with the people who talk to patients.
The dispatch for them,
stuff that they tell me. Yeah, the stuff that they tell me is crazy, and it's kind of like it's kind of interesting having sort of not like friendships, but just like a nice acquaintances with people who work in that sort of field. Because there's this one lady that I talked to. She somehow always ends up on my line, and like she was telling me the other day, she's like, you know, like I deal with like the death part of it, so like people who don't make it, I'm the one that has to deal with it. And she's like, you know, it kind of sucks because the fact that on one hand, like they're dying, but you know, if this thing ends, then I won't have a job. So it's just like, I think about it, and I'm like, man.
Yeah,
I want to say like, man, I want this job to be done. I want COVID to be done, but it's like I wouldn't have a job, and it kind of sucks because of the fact that like I'm getting what I want.
Mean, but can't your company just rebrand themselves and do something and transition to something else? Or
I mean, I'm pretty sure they could, but it's pretty much a direct response to like the pandemic and like COVID and stuff, like tracking. So like it wouldn't be as simple. Basically, like they would probably have. I mean, they might transfer me to like another project or something like disaster relief or something. But it's just it's such a not like a risky thing, but like it's up in the air. Like when the contract extends because they're extending it until July because they're thinking that it's gonna be done, bruh. I can tell you right now, anyone who thinks this shit's gonna end in July, you might as well just lay your head back down
we're
on the bed.
going as humans.
Yeah,
I do not believe that at all. Not at the warehouse we're going as humans. Like we're fucking up this shit right now, so it's not gonna end in July at all, man.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, like I think I already told you guys, like I was supposed to be going around the United States and stuff for like business, because that's another thing for 2021 too that I really like, is because like I started doing freelance work as an artist, and I've gotten like so far that I didn't even think it was possible. Like I ended up in a having my work shown at Comic-Con. I'm having my work being presented. Like I did a children's book and stuff like that. And you know, it's crazy that that before, when I did art, I had such a stupid mindset before, where it's like I thought that I was just gonna be able to make money off of drawing people's faces and be like, yeah, this will work. No, no, it wasn't. It would have been the dumbest
But
thing ever.
that's the thing though. That's the naivete that like where you if you're in school, people should be able to tell you these things, but nobody do tell you that at all. So
No, they don't.
it kind of like it's kind of trash, because if people let you know ahead of time what you're stepping into, at least you can prepare for it both mentally, right? But of
Yeah,
course, nobody will let you know. So you're just going in blindly unless you do your research ahead of time or know exactly what you want to do. Then you have a better shot at establishing what steps you're going to take to get there. But
yeah,
Right.
of course, nobody will tell you, because like everything in this world, school has now become a fucking business. So
Yep.
instead of it being something that you would go in there to like learn how to make choices that would lead you to a good future, you just get in there to for teachers to just straight up pretty much ignore you and just give you tests, and
that's
that's pretty much what they do.
that is pretty much what it is, because the thing is like and this is kind of crazy because I'm able to help my friend out because he's essentially doing the same thing that I'm doing. He wants to do commissions and stuff, and I was able to hook him up, like, because of the
Oh,
fact that
nice.
I was getting, yeah, no, nigga, I was getting so many commissions at this point that I could just now give them to other people and hook them up.
Damn.
And
That
it's
is good
crazy.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
because
awesome.
the fact that it's like I'm able to be a networking system with people, and it's like I'm giving people the opportunity because I didn't have the opportunity to do it before, or really get the opportunity to connect with other folks before. And I mean, it just, I don't know, like I just started to develop like this very business mindset, where it's like now I try to treat things as like an investment. I mean, and it's
I
pretty
mean,
much applicable to
rightfully,
everything that I've done.
rightfully so is how you're supposed to be treat. How like you're supposed to treat things anyway. Especially like if you now have to like, like how you were saying like when you were in college where you don't like you're in that bubble where you don't have to worry too much about like external factor.
Yeah.
Because once you leave that bubble, now you have to worry about bills, repaying your student loan, all those other little stuff that life is gonna creep up on you. So like you're gonna have it's kind of pretty much like a must that you have to start treating like a lot of things as an investment. If this is this what is what I'm doing worth the time, or should I say like is what I is like the time I'm putting in this
Is it
in this
worth
thing
it?
is worth it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like, like I said, it translates to everything, because like you know, sitting, sometimes like I'll like be sitting in a room by myself, because I mean I am by myself. I'll be thinking like, man, should I be doing this? Because like, everyone, I feel like everyone's just kind of having fun, which I mean, like there's no harm in that. Because like I
Right.
think the one thing I'm probably envious about with most people is that they're able to have like relationships with people like in person.
Right.
And I think I saw just 2020 and 2021 as just a sign that, hey, it's probably just not going to be it for me right now. So I just need to focus on something else.
I mean, trust me, that will happen organically anyway, unless you want to make it like a center fact
Yeah,
of life, then you can just pursue that personally. But that will happen organically once it does happen.
yeah, and I'm not gonna
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front it, because it's just like, I could very well do it. It's just that, like, when you want something for so long and like you have the opportunity to get it, you just don't want it anymore. It's just
Right.
it's the desire to have it that's more appealing than having it in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I've gotten to that point now where I'm just like, I don't really want it. It's like the same. I mean,
Whatever happens.
yeah, because I mean, when you graduate college, like that's where people are like, oh man, I'm like where my parents are. This is where people like either start having kids or whatnot because a lot of my friends are getting married. Like, god damn, there's so many people that I know that are just starting to get married. Some people are starting to have kids, and I remember like back in the day, like me and Beam used to be like, damn, they're getting married like at the age of 18. Like that shit's crazy. Like, man, they're having kids,
Yeah.
and now, bruh, it's the right time, right age to have it. I mean, I guess if you want to say it, but it's like the appropriate age. But I don't
Right.
know. It's like that social clock that kind of hits you where you're like feeling you're supposed to have something at a certain time, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
feel
there's
I
not,
feel like it's
there's
not the
never any
same.
rush.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like it's a case by case thing. Like for a long time, I just felt like maybe it's too early to do this, or maybe it's too late to do that. Nigga,
It's
everyone's
never,
experience.
it's never too early or too late to
Everyone's,
do anything. It's
yeah,
just
everyone's experience is different.
right.
Everyone walks life differently. Maybe person over here, person A wants to get married, and they have kids at 22.
More
I
power
don't
to
know,
them.
but more power to you. I'm not doing that, and I'm
Oh
fine.
yeah,
I'm
no,
fine with that. Like honestly.
I mean that was the thing too, because it's just like it's not hard to do those things. It's really not. I mean, at least in my experience, it isn't hard. But it's just like I put myself or I've dealt with situations revolving my family where I'm thinking like if I make these decisions, I'm gonna end up just like that. And I think about it, and I'm like, don't want to do it, because honestly, you're right. Having a kid right now, those folks, boy,
Yeah,
boy, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
boy.
and especially like you also got to think about what's going on in the world right now. Like,
Exactly.
do I really want to bring a kid into a world where like it's a freaking virus ravaging the entire stupid ass planet? Like, do you know how like nerve wracking that shit is? Like, I have to always keep like worrying about my kid. Like, is he gonna be okay? Is she gonna be okay? Like
See,
that, just that responsibility, man. Like, just on a regular base for for having a child is already like nerve wracking enough, but now you got a fucking virus on top of that shit. Like, dude, like it's just nerve wracking, man.
somehow the
It's way too
virus is
much.
like less serious because it's
Right.
like it was shown how the virus actually in a way saved kids' lives, because it's like when that shit ended up kicking off, no school shootings.
Nope.
Parents didn't have to worry about the kid getting popped. Like that's the thing. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of
Right.
some dumbass
Uh,
kid going on like some
because
V for Vendetta shit, doing some
and
stupid shit.
Yeah.
just because like another
Yeah.
fucking like we're saying, people have their own shit that they prioritize. A teacher is gonna overlook a kid who's getting bullied, and guess what? Fucking kid thinks like he's seen too many Punisher movie, and he thinks now is his chance to fucking be the hero to like punish everybody who's bullying him or bullying somebody. And yeah, let's go and get our parents' gun and shit and go and have fun, fucking exacting justice. But obviously, that's not justice at all. And like, it's just like there's just too many fucking dangers out there, man. Of course, like you can live life fearing every danger out there, because then how are you gonna how are you gonna prepare your kid for like the world and shit, in essence, if you're scared, if you're scared, self is scared, so
I mean, I'm
you
not
just
gonna.
gotta
I wouldn't shield my child away from the truth.
nah.
No, me
I'm
either.
just gonna I'm just gonna tell him and be honest. Like this
Yeah,
is what's gonna happen. I just can't do it in the way that I'm gonna make him scared of being alive, because I mean,
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. Like the reason why like I'm not so eager to like try to create and develop new relationships in person is just because of the fact that like I haven't had to worry about that in 2 years. And I saw one of my friends for the first time in 2 years. I was like, oh shit, I gotta think about this stuff all over again. I gotta think about hanging out with people, and I don't want to be like that shut in or anything like that. But it's just like all these sorts of things you have to worry about, and I don't know. It's just life. I found out to be it's just so much easier when you don't have to do half the things you had to do before, but there are a lot of side effects from it as well.
It
So
is. There's like
Yeah,
always there's always like how do you say gains and loss from doing something and not doing something. So it's just where you are at in life currently and what you decide to do. So
right.
not everybody is in a position to do certain things, you know.
Exactly.
That is completely okay.
Yep. I agree with that. Yes, sir.
one topic I wanted to talk about real quick because it just seemed like to be just the thing happening right now. It's called the anti-work movement, where people have just did not want to work. I don't know. It's like they don't want to work.
uh
They
I don't think the idea is like people don't want to work. What I think it is the idea that people like we're in a society where the cost of living has increased, but people are still getting paid the same fucking minimum wage
Way
amount
or less.
or less.
Yeah.
So like, and people realize like, why the hell would I want to do that stupid ass job if I'm not making like
Required
the
amount to
required amount to
sustain my
even
living.
make a living.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I mean, there's some things I saw too, and I do hate it. Like I hate dealing with like shitty employers because the fact that like they think that they're doing you a favor because they employed you. Like no, like
No,
you realize
Dude,
you need people to work here in order for your business to
for
survive.
to survive. And that's the same way I broke down the analogy. As funny as it may sound, bro, a job is like a relationship, bro. You shouldn't be it shouldn't be you what am I trying to say? You shouldn't be putting all your effort and then the other side is not doing shit for you.
Yeah,
What in what world does that work? Why am I bending over backwards for you? No, this is a common ground we're coming at. We need to see how we benefit each other. Is this right for me? Is this right for you? If it's not, we go our separate ways and that's it. And then we go over here. It's that
yeah,
simple. That's the mindset I live by now, and especially in terms of jobs, because they will very quickly fuck you over. That's one thing I knew personally, as I told you before earlier. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's just, you just can't waste your time. You need to look out for numeral uno. Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, I've seen. I mean, surprisingly, I hadn't had to deal with this, but I think part of like one thing I've been seeing from anti-movement is just the way that some employers just do not respect your time. And
No,
oh,
you
they
remember
no.
always
being
don't
when
respect
someone was
time.
just like, "Man, why do you want to go to school, nigga? Why do you want
Yeah,
education to be
dude,
smart?
dude.
What the fuck's
That
wrong with
shit.
you?"
Yeah, that shit is like I still remember that to this day. Like that shit just made me look at that nigga like what? Like literally, I was just like, that is the stupidest thing I ever heard. Like I'm literally telling you, hey man, I can't stay late tonight. I have school in the morning, and he's just like, well, why do you want to go to school? I'm like, nigga, why the fuck else would I want to go to school, you idiot? To get my degree and my diploma, you fool. What the fuck are you asking me right now? Like what?
So why do you want to better
uh,
yourself in education and be a productive member of
that
society?
that is such a that is such a stupid thing to do. Why would you want to do that?
Man, that oh man. Yeah, I've dealt with that too. I mean, not in a way where it's like, you know, they're like asking me why do I want to go to school. It's just like they're tone deaf because of the fact that like it just goes to show you that they don't really listen
No, they're
to.
not, dude. They're not at all. Like all they want you to do is make sure you have time for work, and that's it. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
like I have gone through a fuck like damn, I've gone through a good bit amount of jobs, but like you guys already knew like the job that I used to do where I would go to work like 5 a.m. in the morning and be home like around 12 at night, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then I have to do the same shit again. And like even though I'm working all those hours, I'm not even getting paid by the hour. And
Exactly. You're getting paid
like,
by the day.
right. I mean,
Very
not by the day,
trash.
I'm getting paid by the fucking work I was doing. And you guys saw like how tired I always used to be and like how pissed off I used to be. But like, That's what companies want. They just want you to slave yourself all the time without having like any life for yourself.
Yeah,
Because
they don't
Yeah.
care about work-life balance. They only
I
want you to work. You're just a
no,
number.
pretty much. And
Yeah.
oh, I don't know, like have you guys seen that movie? Is it Thank You for Your what's that
Sorry to
movie
bother
called?
you.
Sorry to Bother You, yeah.
Yeah.
That movie, like right there, is what I see society evolving into, man. Like,
No.
even though that entire movie plays on the entire satire of life, but I see
Yeah.
society evolving into that movie.
I saw Don't Look Up as a fucking real life thing, and it actually
Oh
upset me
no,
because it was so realistic
Don't
that
Look Up
like
is another thing right there. It's another thing that society is already evolving into right now because
yeah.
we do not take climate change seriously for nothing, and every corporation who's going to try to tell you like they now have zero carbon emission or whatever other crap, they're not doing that shit because of the good of the planet. They're doing it just because it creates good brand public image, and
Yep,
it also creates a lot of fucking profit for them because
exactly.
government give them kickbacks and tax breaks because of having of pushing those kind of stupid ass agenda. But
Yeah, that's
they,
just like that's the same shit.
they're
Like
not
we
doing
talk
that shit for
about,
the good of the planet.
like where they do the whole the cringy hashtag shit and the profile pic changes with the rainbows and the black lives. Like it's
I
just
never participated in that just because of the fact that
so
like
fucking cringe.
I know for a fact that the second that's done, I'm gonna just change my profile picture, and I just don't want to seem. I want to seem like the kind of person that's just like, yeah, I'm for the people. Boop, boop. Like,
Exactly. No, 'cause that's literally what how society is, dude. Like people just do these trends and companies are a part of it too. And then just to garner goodwill, virtue signaling and all this shit. It's like, dude,
and
it's fucking cringe, man.
shit,
It's
that
fucking
and see, that's what
cringe.
makes you want to just get in. Okay, so being you didn't see it, I'm not sure if you care about spoilers. Do you care about spoilers for this movie?
Movie.
Don't Look Up.
No, where would I even watch that? What is it about?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's essentially like there's a meteor coming that's 100% gonna just wipe out humanity,
Wipe out the entire humanity.
and like Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence are trying to convince the world that this is gonna happen, and there is an opportunity to fix it if they take their necessary precautions. But will they? Spoiler: no. No,
You
they
know
don't.
what? You know what
Every
happened
single
instead?
person dies.
this my this motherfucker spent like the entire time trying to convince people to like instead of like telling you not to look up, they're telling you like, was it? Don't look up.
Yeah,
They
don't look
created an
up.
created an entire brand around this shit, trying to convince people that there's no meteor coming, even though there's like a specific scientific proof and
Yeah,
pictures of the damn big ass asteroid that wiped out the entire dinosaur. Actually, the asteroid that wiped out the entire dinosaur looked cute compared to the asteroid that was actually coming to Earth.
yeah. It was like it said it was like 10 mile. It had a 10 mile length.
Right.
So the
That's about
asteroid would have been an extinction level event, and
right.
it was bad because it was
It was
like
bad, man. That entire movie, every human in that movie pissed me off so badly because,
yeah.
oh my god,
There's
like
a reason why it wasn't satirical at that point because like while you're
no,
watching it, like
you
there's
realize that's what's happening currently.
yeah, because like they took elements from the 2020 elections. They took the pandemic. They took all these things and amalgamated into the scenario that if it could happen, I have no hope that it would actually work out because like
Nope.
in a way, you share the same frustration with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, mostly Jennifer Lawrence because she's trying to explain we are going to die if we don't fix the situation right now. And there's a point in time when like, Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio are like talking with Tyler Perry and like Kate Blanchett, and they're like, "Hey, like this thing right here is going to kill us." And you have Tyler Perry joking like, "Man, I wonder if it can land on my wife's house cuz fuck her."
Right.
And they're like, "Did y'all not
Dude,
hear a
do you
single
know
thing
how?
I said?"
Right. Like she's literally telling you like an asteroid half the size of the fucking moon is gonna come to Earth and bust this shit open, and
Yeah.
they're making fun of this shit and laughing about it.
Yeah, they're like, ah. And the thing is that kind of kills me too is the fact that like when Jennifer Lawrence was talking about it, they did not care because of the fact that she
They
was a
did not.
girl.
Yeah, she was
Like,
not. Yeah, and she was not attractive. I mean,
they
relatively
memed
before
her,
what
they did all this shit, they pretty much canceled her and all this other
cancel
stuff.
culture the shit out of her.
It was fucking crazy. And it was like when they actually got to talk to like the president, you had this whole like Donald Trump-esque sort of like groups of people here. You had like Jonah Hill playing like the president's son, and like she didn't care. She didn't care at all because she was just like, I'll talk about it only if my campaign is doing bad. And nigga, when it was too late, you had this Joe Biden-esque nigga who was just like, he literally reminded me of Joe Biden. Did you pay attention to when he was like smelling her hair and like she was talking and he was like, yeah, so we're gonna do this. He's like, I was like blown away.
Yo, you need to watch this movie, man, because like the way we're telling this shit, it's just unbelievable how like it, and the fact of the matter, it's not like these people are stupid. Like, you know, Idiocracy. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Idiocracy, but in that movie, those people are actually freaking like illiterate because they don't know how to read or write or anything of that sort, right? And that was in the future. And like everybody like living in the current timeline of like Don't Look Up, it's basically a mirror of what our real world is, right? But because we are so like interjected in the world of like the internet, where like we instead of like dealing with shit on our real world basis, we just move shit to like the internet and just meme shit up and just make stupid comments and crap. We don't take shit seriously no more.
No.
Like, it's even funny because we had Ariana Grande in this shit and Kid Cudi in this.
Yeah, and Kid Cudi. I can't believe it. Kid Cudi and Ariana Grande, like,
they were in a relationship and they made a song about that shit, trying to raise awareness about the damn media. That shit was hilarious. Because like the idea that they made an entire concert to like raise fund, so like they should have like a private company, or not a private company, like to fund other governments. Because okay, this is another thing that is fucking scary shit. Because like now that space travel has now become more of a privatized shit, you can't even have like government entities do stuff about it no more.
no. Which is
it's all corporation based, which is fucking scary as shit.
because that Joe Biden nigga basically combined Apple with space technology, where he was just like, we know exactly what's gonna happen now because we have an algorithm to predict it.
This man was literally Steve Jobs, Joe Biden, and Elon Musk combined in one character, bro. Yeah. Because he basically created an algorithm to fucking predict people's death. Like, oh my god, this movie, it's so fucking like every time I think about this movie, it's so fucking ridiculous that it's just scary how like I can see this shit happening, bro.
It was even scarier too because of the fact that the Metacritic, the actual like critics who were talking about the movie like didn't like it because, and it just goes to show you how ignorant people were because they're like, man, the critics didn't get it. What a surprise, because they're like, oh man, like David McKay should have did this, and you know he always stuck to comedy. He should stick to comedy. Why would you like? I'm reading one. It's like this film is so tireless. It's so tirelessly and relentlessly to scold us and not for not listening to. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that sort of thing is, but basically, yeah, it's just basically talking about how like, you know, they're not really listening to like the full message. They're talking about it as if like it's condescending, but it's not. It's not condescending. It is a scenario that could very well happen, and it accurately predicted how society would treat it on such a one-to-one level.
And no, that's exactly what happened, bro. Because like people just nobody took that shit seriously. Like everybody was making fun of this entire idea of the situation. And I couldn't believe like people have such disregard for our life. And what is crazy is like I don't understand how humans are always working against our better interests, man. Because like every rich people who are benefiting from this stupid ass fucking asteroid,
died.
they were not even vocal about it. It's
They
like
didn't even
people
get the money. That's the
no,
crazy thing.
it's like
They
the
didn't realize it
everyday
was too
people
late until it
who are gonna
actually
get
happened.
hurt, who are gonna get hurt about this shit. They're the vocal ones about this shit, man.
Yeah.
That just
It blows my
that
mind.
just had me like, yeah.
When
man.
they took the nukes back, bro, that right there, that was my boiling point, because the fact that like they actually had a clear like they had a good way of actually handling
a good
it.
way,
They would have
and
split,
that shit
because they
was
would have
actually
split
gonna
it up.
work.
Yeah, it would have worked. And then they had the guy Ron Perlman who played like Hellboy. He was gonna be there, and then all of a sudden, like they're like, "Yeah, we're launching it. We're launching it." All right, good presentation, everyone. Because the fact they found out that there was actually like minerals, and I for 100% believe if that was actually real, they would do that. Like
Oh, no,
I don't
they
know
will.
how the fuck they would think that they could maintain an asteroid that would wiped out the dinosaurs and
Somehow
had more
mine,
nuclear power.
right?
Yeah, and try to mine it, bro. What in the fuck? Like that movie kind of scared me. It was like honestly like 2012 all over again when I actually thought the world was gonna end at the age of like 15. But nigga, yeah,
That shit had me dying laughing, but not laughing in a fucking good way, like laughing like a scary way, because
like
I believe
we're all gonna fucking die.
right.
Like, we're laughing about it now. Like that's the nihilism that we have, because like it's, I don't know,
And
this level of
and,
hopelessness.
and it's fun, yeah, because it's funny because like even if situation like this happened, there's nothing like people like us could do.
No.
We would be on the street yelling and protesting and doing all this other stupid nonsense, but ultimately it's the people in power, like the government and the politicians that we vote for, who actually have the power to actually do stuff. And if they don't do anything, we can't really make them. What are we gonna do if what riot? That shit ain't gonna do shit if they still don't want to put into effect to do anything. All they're gonna do is just call the fucking damn military and break up the riot. Shit. Because like it's funny, like the movie actually implied that like the US, or should I just say the corporation in that fucking movie actually sabotaged the other countries, or should I say NATO's attempt to actually go up there to go and fucking break up the asteroid.
Oh yeah, yeah. They cut
Which
China
was
off and everything, which I just,
yeah.
like I said, I fully believe that would actually happen. Like,
No, I believe it.
man, it's just
I can see that shit happening
it's just a
because
fucking mess. But yeah, Beam, you should definitely watch the movie
you
when
should
you get the
definitely see that
chance.
movie, man.
It
I mean, it just because the way we're explaining it doesn't mean like that. Like it's a boring movie. That movie is fucking hilarious as shit because there are some
Yeah.
dumbass things that people do in that movie, and I really love how it ended because like after all that shit, after all the crap that was being pulled in that movie, if they were gonna somehow get saved by that damn like those tiny stupid ass robots, I was gonna be pissed. I like that a fucking
Alright, what's
asteroid
going
just
on
came and fucking collided with the Earth and blew that shit up. Cause
yeah, the end
fuck,
product,
fuck
he didn't
niggas
test it
in
at
there.
all, which is
No!
man, it's
And the worst thing about it too is like he waited for such a fucking last minute to come in here trying to pull out some Dragon Ball Bleach kind of clutch anime shit. My nigga, that's not how shit works in real life. You're playing with the life of billions of people on the planet. And not only like the fuck shit about it is this motherfucker had a fucking backup plan where if he fuck it up, he could just go and get in his damn spaceship that is in deep orbit with a whole bunch of rich bastards that they could just travel to a new fucking Alpha Centaurian planet
and they
that can
still
support
died.
human life. And they end up getting mauled to death by a damn chicken.
I know.
Space fucking chicken.
Some giant lizard chicken. Oh man. Yeah.
They got killed by space fowls. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, 2021, boy. I hope
2021 was an interesting year.
I mean, you can, but like, it's crazy that we're almost on like year 3. I skip ahead to like we're on year 2 just because of the fact that this year's gonna go by quick. Also, like,
It is.
I
I
I
don't doubt
think,
it.
yeah, I don't think it's just gonna be like a very slow process. I don't know. Just I mean, we're every time you think about it, you're like, damn, we're already almost in February. Like, time just moves like I don't know,
It
like
is.
no other.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I am hoping I have a great 2021. Live longer to see more years to come.
yeah, I would like for honestly for 2022. I would really hope if there's like some leeway, like we just have like I don't know. Actually, I can't even give a direct like desire for what I want to happen for this year. Um, I really just don't have like an expectation. Like I hope that I can make myself more public, like be more public if I get the chance to move towards the end of this year. Like really,
Right.
I feel like my life isn't going to be able to start until like 2023, which if that does, I might as well just said I got blipped by Thanos himself because
He jumped into the future.
yeah, I mean, because I don't want to say like the COVID made me lose years of my life. Like it did make me lose like a couple years like socially. Um, but honestly, like monetarily and just business wise, like I did fucking great. I, I I've done like the best I've
your
ever
stock,
had.
your stocks are up.
Shit, are they? Because
Everything is
last time
good.
I checked the stocks, they were shit. Like,
Okay.
oh no,
I
no, no,
got
you're
you.
right. No, you're right. Stocks are up. I mean, I don't know. They're not gonna go up like drastically, but
It's in a good
yeah,
place.
it could be a lot better. It's like they can't. None of my stocks have recovered from what they lost because one of my stocks, Stellar, was at like it was at like 40 cents at one point, and now it's been just stuck in the 20s for like the
Ah.
whole like half rest of the year, and that really sucked because I should have pulled out money, but I didn't know that it was gonna be
Well,
like that.
they say you should buy on the dips though,
Oh
like
yeah, I
even
mean
though
I'm
it's
I'm gonna
dips.
buy on the dips, but it's just
Mm.
that I already have so much money already in there that like
Oh,
once it
okay,
shoots
yeah,
once
that
it
makes
shoots
sense.
back up, it's just that's when it'll be fine. But it's just like it's just been stuck in this one area. I mean, once it dips, I just want to see it go up. Once it goes up and it goes back down, I'm like, okay, the economy is kind of cycling through. Right now, it's just very
Well,
stagnant.
with stupid ass companies embracing NFTs like that mama fucking told them like in the dream that's what's gonna be the future. I'm kind of scared about the stocks of the world right now. Cause I don't like NFTs need to fucking go away, but I know that shit ain't gonna go away though. Oh
No,
my fucking
that's the
goodness.
future. That is
Uh,
seriously the
that
future.
is not the future. That is like crap, but
No, it
it's a
is. It's
crap
it's
fucking
future
future,
crap.
man.
It's future crap because it man, if they would have did that and Don't Look Up, where everyone was like in their VR headset, boy, it just would have made it even 10 times scarier because I feel like at some point some people are just gonna be like, man, I hate this life. I'm just gonna ignore my
Just
problems, go
live
into the
live in the
virtual world.
metaverse.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I feel like life just gets so shitty. You're just like, I'm gonna be Mario for a few days. I'm fucking dick. Like,
I'm gonna go.
yeah,
I'm gonna go and mess with virtual peaches.
yeah.
Virtual peaches. Virtual peaches.
Yeah, man. Like the future is looking bright and the future is looking dim. So it's what you make it. But one of my plans for this year is definitely taking a vacation, man. I'm deciding between going to Vegas or going on a cruise, but I'm definitely need a fucking vacation. I need to take a vacation at least twice this year.
I would recommend a cruise, just so you avoid COVID, because COVID's very bad in Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, my mom's
Okay.
friend works in Vegas, and she caught COVID. Like she said, she
Just
just
wrap
wanted to die. Yeah,
just wrap it over there, huh? Okay.
yeah,
I guess we could always do cruise ship.
yeah. Plus, it'd just be nice to just be on a different terrain. I mean,
All right.
until they invent like helicarrier cruises, that's the way to go. Bro, you imagine how tight that'd be, a helicarrier cruise? I mean, that would suck if you just got yanked out into the sky. And then you just have to make sure that, I mean, you couldn't do it anyways because the pressure would kill you, but.
Shit, that would be pretty dope, though. We have like a helicarrier. Damn, that would be sick.
Yeah, but. Man. You guys got any,
Anything else to add, guys?
Yeah.
Nope. That's pretty much it for me, man. I think this was a good little session right here. I guess we should do this yearly, I guess, right?
Yeah.
The one thing I would just want to say, be more honest with your I would just be more honest about what you want and honest about who you are, and don't try to hide yourself from other folks because you only got one life. I'm only saying that not because someone died, just because of the fact that life is so short and so sudden that if you just waste it, you're gonna either sit back and think about it and be like, "Damn, I'm a fucking loser and I didn't do shit about it," and that sucks. That's a horrible way to live.
Take your shot, man. Listen to the great Grandmaster Kreese of Cobra Kai. Absolutely. Strike first.
Bro, I love Cobra Kai. That shit's so stupid, and no mercy. So great. Yeah, yeah. Ask that girl out. Ask her crush out. Shoot your shot and do what you got to do. Just make yourself happy.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Well, all right. You already know what it is. Kyle Beam Podcast. Thank you for listening. If you did and you made it this far, please make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and we will catch you guys later. Peace.